Is a fly without wings just a walk? Yo, Gridmaster time. We got a new reveal today, and I'm very excited to show what that may be. But first, if you want to talk about Gridmaster with the boys, join the Discord. The link is in the description, and then you can join. You can vote on stuff like Animal Wrangler or whatever else, and then Hampshire will say some suspicious things in the Discord as well. Great times, great times. Okay, so the reveal today is not earth-shattering, but it is so good. It is so good. All right, so we're scrolling down. We got the grid. If anybody's seen Tron, the grid, that's like one of the songs. It's really cool. So here's the tile. Here's the tile. What do we got here? Bottom left. This is considered a hard tile because it's red. See how it's red? That's, yeah. So we click on that. Obtain a rare unique from Tombs of Amascut. We don't know what the drop rates will be increased yet at this point. If there's no increase, then this is still pretty like obtainable, just not like super early. But this is very worth considering rushing. I might just rush to the Tombs of Amascut as fast as possible and get a rare, because if we flip the tiles, what's the reward? You gain the mega rare scroll. Choose one of the 3 mega rares from the raids: Scythe, Shadow, or Twisted Bow. That is so good. That is so good. Now, first off, you need the stats to wear these items. So rushing it won't actually be like super, super good, because you will need the stats to equip it. And they actually raise these stats quite a bit. So the second one, the Shadow, sucks unless you have very good mage gear. It rolls, or it multiplies your mage gear by 3. So if you're there in full mystics with the Shadow, it's not that good. It's still really nice, but it's not that good. So here's my thought process. If you're rushing to get a raid's mega rare, number 1, we don't know if all the mega rares are going to be this scroll, because in previous leagues, if you got a mega rare, it would give you the voucher, not the item. Like you do TOB, Theater of Blood, you get the thing, and it should be a scythe, but it gives you the scroll. You then go to the Lumbridge person, you talk to an NPC, and they would let you then pick, do you want the scythe, or do you want the shadow or the bow? So if in this Gridmaster that is still the case, then this is just a nice little bonus. If you can't, like if you have to get the Twisted Bow from Chambers, and you have to get the shadow from TOA, then you actually have a meaningful decision to make there. I would expect, since we have all of the raids available to us, I would expect that that we should probably have to get the T-Bow from Cox, and the Shadow from TOA, and the Scythe from Tob, just to like make, I don't know, like it's good for people to do the content. Otherwise, it's kind of silly, like just only doing TOA and getting all 3 mega rares from that, especially if you have access to the other ones. So, to me, I think the best one is the Twisted Bow, personally, because it's still very, very good, even with rune arrows. You can go to Zulrah and kill Zulrah with just T-Bow only. It's very good. You can kill everything. Demonic gorillas. You can kill lizardmen shamans with rune arrows. Like, it's pretty good as an early weapon. And as a late weapon, it's obviously still incredibly good, and it's useful everywhere. You can do you can use the T-Bow at like Maiden. You can use it at the Nilo boss, I guess. You can use it at Sodaseg. You can use it at Zarpus. You can use it, not really at Verzik, but you can a little bit. So it's still, the T-Bow's still good at Tob. The T-Bow is best in slot at Chambers. It's so good for almost every room at Chambers. I mean, maybe not almost every room, like half the rooms at Chambers. And then it's actually really good at TOA also. You can use it in a few rooms, but also like at Wardens, the final bit there, the T-Bow is like second best to the Shadow. So to me, the T-Bow is probably the best if you're thinking like raids. Like, I want to do all 3 raids. What's the most useful for all 3 of them? You then need to think like, how long is it going to take for me to get the second best in slot? Now, if you're thinking about a Shadow, the second best in slot would be the Eye of a Yak. Otherwise, you need 87 Slayer to go get a Trident, and that would be the 3rd best in slot. And then once you have the Trident, you got to kill Zulrah. So I'm just thinking here, like, the Shadow, to me, is not your first choice with this Mega Rare Scroll, especially because you're not going to have all that mage gear. You're not going to have full Ancestral or full Virtus to make this useful. Same thing with the Occult Necklace and whatever else. So I think the shadow is the incorrect choice if you're just trying to like get a mega rare to help you get raids done quicker. The scythe is really good, but the scythe is completely useless at TOA. Very good at TOB, and pretty good and pretty useful at Chambers of Xeric. I think the T-bow has the most applications to the early game, for sure, because you can use it with rune arrows, and you can get those very easily. You don't need a bunch of gear to make it good, and then also it's just good at all three raids in different ways. So to me, that's what I would lean towards. But if you do not want to do any TOA at all, like I'm not doing TOA, I hate it, then take the shadow, because you're never going to get it. Whoa, that was words. You're never going to get it. And the same thing with the Tob. Like if you refuse to do Tob because you don't like it, then you would just take the scythe, because you know you're not going to get it elsewhere. I don't know, things to think about. I like kind of what we're working with here. This is nice. I like that they're not just like all of these were basically like relics in previous leagues. So far, like this was from a previous league, but it's also like really cool. Like as soon as you get any purple from TOA, you now get your mega rare scroll. It's going to definitely add a lot of fun to TOA. Everyone's going to want to rush to TOA and start doing that right away before going to other raids. But hey, you never know. Maybe this bottom right corner is something else related, and it's Chambers related. I could see them doing that. I could see this being TOA, and then like this one is Chambers, and then this one is Tob, and then this one is like the Doom or something. I think you've got 3, 6, 9, 12 hard tasks, and if this is an example of what a hard task is, then I think it's pretty easy. Like I was hoping, and I'm glad, this task here isn't something like max your account, or it's not something like finish all of the Chambers of Xeric uniques, or it's not something like do 200 challenge mode raids. I was kind of worried that that's what it would be. I do want this board to be completable, and then once it's complete, you're just enjoying the game and having fun with the stuff that you get. Now, next up, what I want, this is a raids mega rare, which is really nice. I would love to see like some of these rewards give you one of the Echo variant items, like the Thunder Kopesh or whatever it was called, or the Sunlight Spear. If they're willing to give us items with these unlocks, then definitely give us something cool like that. I also think, what was the one that there was like a salamander that you'd get from killing the Echo Hespori. That thing was very good early game and completely useless late game. I'd love to see them give us like a nice new weapon that doesn't exist in old school RuneScape other than in leagues. Give it to us with one of these easy ones. Like give us something nice early. Imagine like you complete this random tile. It's like, oh, complete the Gertrude's Cat quest, and it gives you like the equivalent of a blowpipe and a what's it called? A Trident of the Seas and a whip. Like a 3-in-1 weapon. That's essentially what that Hespori's weird thingy was, the salamander. I liked it. It was a nice item. So imagine you get that early on, and now you've just got like a nice weapon to like ease you into the game mode and stuff like that. But that could also just ruin the like progression of the game. So I don't know. Definitely curious to hear your thoughts on what this is. Do you guys have any predictions for what these hard ones will be? These other 3 reds, or I guess the other 11 red squares that we don't have yet. If this is the bar, and this is kind of how hard we're thinking these will be, then that's good. But do you think they'll get any harder than that? Is there going to be a tile like get a specific pet? That's probably one of them. Is there going to be a tile that's like, I don't know, complete the Inferno with only vegan food, with no pillars, and without leaving Lumbridge before you go to the Inferno? And if you leave Lumbridge before you go to the Inferno, then you need to get 2 Infernal Capes. And if you only get 2 Infernal Capes,